Welcome to Mr. B's Ukulele channel. Please subscribe and I hope you enjoy watching.
Hello, this is the tutorial for Drunken Sailor. Now this is a level 3 piece and in a way it's very simple, so it could have been a level 2 piece based just on the simple chords that are in it. However, it's quite a high tempo piece and some of the lyrics towards the end are sort of semi-tongue twisters, so the speed of the piece combined with the lyrics just makes it a bit of a tricky one. There's some tricky strumming as well to get your head around, so on your fingers around, so it just combines to make it a little bit harder, so I've put it in as a level 3. So let's have a look at those chords and then we'll look at the strumming and the lyrics and the layout of the piece. Here we go. So let's start off by looking at those chords. Now as I said, the chords are very simple in this piece. The whole piece just uses C major and D minor all the way through, and it simply alternates, each line of the song alternates between those two chords. So on the chord front it is very simple. Let's have a quick recap of those two chords, do some down strums first of all. So our C major chord is just our red sticker, third finger on the red sticker, and it couldn't be simpler. Off we go, some down strums. We don't really need to practice that. Let's look at the D minor, which is a little bit harder. So the D minor is our first finger on the E string on the first fret there, and then our second finger we put it across the G and the C strings on the second fret. So first finger on the first fret, second finger across the top two strings on the second fret there, and that should sound like this. Now if we use our first and second finger on the D minor, where our third finger is then free to pop up for the C major, so a bit like we would do C to F very simply, C to D minor is also a very simple transition. So let's just do that with some down strums and then we'll put in a different strumming pattern as well. So just give me some down strums on the C to D minor, starting on the C. Here we go. D minor, back to C. Remember to use different fingers, first, second finger, and now our third finger on the C. There we go. Back to the D minor, C, and D minor. Okay, and it's that simple. The chords are very straightforward all the way through the song. Now the strumming pattern could be very simple, but we make it the piece slightly more interesting by making the strumming pattern a little bit more varied, because otherwise the piece is quite boring and repetitive. So we're going to go, I'll start on the D minor, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And the variation there is the down, down at the end. So basically we're just doing down, down, up, but we're doing it 4 times. On the fourth one we just do down, down. Just adds a little bit more of a sort of sea shanty feel to it. So just play that through slowly, then we'll speed it up. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. There we go, let's try that on the C. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Swap back, D minor, C, D minor, and C. So again, relatively simple, but the piece needs a bit more to it. We've got some really interesting lyrics at the end of each verse. It goes, early in the morning. That strumming pattern just then doesn't quite fit in with that line, so we're just going to change it slightly at that point, and we're going to put in 4 down strums on the early in the, early in the, then down, down, up, down, morning. So it's down, 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 up, down. Just gives a nice rounded off finish to each verse and chorus. Early in the morning. And that's the strumming all the way through really. If we just put that together in the first verse, we do that strumming pattern on the D minor for the first line, onto the C for the second line, back to the D for the first line, and then that varied ending for the early in the morning. Let's just put that together for the first verse. Here we go. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. And that's very simple, and that's your first verse, chords and strumming. Now your chorus is very similar to the verse really. Obviously the words are different, but the strumming is very similar altogether. So it starts on the D minor again. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning. So the chords and strumming are exactly the same as the verses, but the chorus there is just that different set of words, a set of lyrics for each chorus. And that's about it really. That's very simple, and it's a very short and easy song to learn. However, the trick is getting all the lyrics in the right place, because the second, third and fourth verse increasingly become quite tongue twisted in the lyrics they throw at you. So the second verse is relatively easy. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. The longboat being like the captain's boat that was lowered over the side of the ship to take the captain and the officers wherever they needed to go. So the put him in the longboat till he's sober. Not too tricky to get your head round. Now the third one, pull out the bung and wet him all over. The bung being you'd have had a barrel of water, maybe with a cork bung in, so pull out the bung and basically wet him down to wake him up. That's quite a tongue twister. Pull out the bung and wet him all over. Pull out the bung and wet him all over. So that takes a bit of practice. And now the one that took me a lot of time to get right when I was trying to record this, put him in the scuppers with the deck pump on him. So that's basically giving him a good washing down. The scuppers being the sort of part of the ship where they just put all the rubbish. Put him in the scuppers with the deck pump on him. Put him in the scuppers with the deck pump on him. So that, again, the lyrics just take a bit of getting used to, because we are going to play this quite quickly. And as you'll see, it takes quite a bit of time just to sort of think about the different variations on the strumming that we've put together, the different lyrics that get thrown up in each verse, and try and match the strumming to the correct part of the song each time. So I'll just go through the first verse, and then we'll finish there. So just the first verse and chorus one more time at speed, so you can see how it goes. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises. Way, hey, up she rises early in the morning. Now the song is very simple. Just starts off with an introduction, which is just a verse with no singing. So introduction, then verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, and finish with the chorus. I don't do anything else to finish on other than just slow the chorus right down. Enjoy that last run through the lyrics there. Now the only other thing I would say is, because it has got 4 verses, so it is quite a long song in that sense. It's quite easy for your finger to get a bit to sort of trip over itself, and because you're trying to go from the down, down, up, down, down, up with the down, down at the end, and then remember for the early in the morning, down, 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 down. So you've got to try and remember when you're doing those transitions and those changes to the strumming. And if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. So you might put an extra down, down in the middle of it, or just completely change your strumming as you go through the piece, and that's perfectly okay, because it's such a fast tempoed piece. It's very easy just to trip over yourself on the strumming, and just don't worry about that. That's fine. You can slow the piece up in the middle a little bit, ease off with the tempo, increase and decrease the tempo, you sort of see fit with the song. Sort of play around with that, because that's really where the intrigue in the song comes, basically how fast and slow you sing it and do the strumming there. So have a lot of fun with that, play around with it, create your own variations with the strumming, and do enjoy. Thank you.